All right, everyone, welcome to the HolyLogz-Cast. I am your host, Dr. Bladderpopper, and these are my lovely associates. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is uh, Tiny Richards.
I'm Mr. Eugene Crust on the
Uh, what is going
Okay,
on?
I'm just Kaden, honestly.
All right, so we have some lovely topics for us today. Why don't we start with who we are, generally what we've done on the platform, all that good stuff.
All right.
Oh, well, could I start
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, no.
I am Grant. I am a white Christian conservative American, and I love making. Damn it, you liberals! I love making DIY knot tying videos on Pinterest,
Huh.
and that's
Interesting.
All right, thank you very much. So my name is Dr. Bladderpopper, aka Parker, as my username indicates. I've been on YouTube for about 6 years now, and I occasionally make some scientific experiments in my mom's basement, to be wizardy. That's my experience. 6 years of YouTube, and a little bit of witchcraft.
All right. I also have dabbled in the dark arts a bit. A couple, occult magic things, like magic with a K at the end. Kind of like turn your insides inside out or something like that. Summon Shrek.
That's cool. I'm able to do that in Skyrim.
Yeah, nice,
Dude.
So I've been on YouTube, I think, for like 9 years, but only like 3 publicly. So those 6 years we don't talk about. It's kind of classified, and I'm legally not allowed to talk about them.
It's literally
Caden
the
Crafts
FBI.
23.
You just leaked his old channel.
They're gonna find me, bro.
You can just bleep me out every now and then. All right, what's up? I'm Lucas. I've been on YouTube for who knows. I don't know. It hasn't been that long since
No, wait. So you started appearing my videos in 2015, like late there. So like
It's
almost 5
3.
years,
So like
4 plus.
5 years. Yeah, 5 years. I've been on YouTube for about 5 years. At the moment, I enjoy hunting vampires and occasionally making out with them.
Ooh, like in that movie Twilight Saw, The Fourth Reckoning?
You mean the
I like
lighthouse?
the Edward guy. I like the Edward guy. With
No, I
like the
shot
big
him. I
ol'
shot Edward.
big ol'
I shot him.
bat.
I shot him.
Bro.
I shot Edward.
You have a crush on the Riddler? Wait, what?
I
have
shot
several
Edward.
You have a crush on the Riddler? Where'd that come
Riddler.
from?
So we have an entry. We have an entry to listen to. It is the monkey video.
Ooh.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, let's see.
For our
Yes.
listeners who are listening to the audio, this may be very confusing. I'm assuming it already is.
What the hell?
I'm playing it right now, so they can hear it.
Saved me. Why?
Monkey. Oh, no.
I've seen that video. Okay. I don't know why that's necessary to include in the podcast. Grant, I honestly find your behavior very unprofessional.
I'll give you
Beginning
a 5
to-
beef and cheddars out of 6.
I think I'm gonna talk to
Where-
HR about this.
Okay.
Hello, I'm not Grant anymore. I am. I'm back. Eugene Crust. Sorry.
Oh, Eugene.
Hey,
Crust,
Eugene.
Okay.
So,
Right.
I do want to touch briefly on YouTube. What has been you guys' favorite thing you ever made? Like, is there something that you had that you're just very passionate about that you want people to check out, or listeners to check out?
Favorite video?
Yeah, that you made.
There's
Yeah.
a couple old videos I was proud of that don't exist anymore. But I mean, probably my newest short film is probably, I think, the thing I'm most proud of right now.
I definitely recommend that. That is very
It
good.
was a great short film, man.
So,
You guys
me
are just lying. You
personally-
want to steal my fame.
there was a video I did on a defunct channel now. I will not name it till the podcast about it, but it's a song I made. There's 3 of them, and it's called Bust Your Chops.
Bust your chops, bust them a lot, bust them for the plot, and make sure it rots.
Please check it out. Yeah. But yeah, so my proudest project I've ever made in terms of YouTube was Bust Your Chops, the first one. The other 2, in my opinion, weren't as good, but
Yeah,
Well,
no,
check
they
that
weren't.
out.
They didn't beat the original.
honest.
Let's
I
just
mean-
be real. Like, no sequels. There are not a lot of sequels that are better than the original.
well,
Yeah.
2 is still pretty pretty alright in my opinion. I mean, it's pretty catchy, but the first one, I mean, I literally listen to that unironically now. It just happens. Like, I'll be finding myself, like, because I play games where you can just drive around and, like, listen to music and shit. So, like, on my playlist, I have Bust Your Chops on there, and I groove to that sometimes. It's great.
Nice. It's like that meme with, Obama putting the medal on himself.
Yeah, kind of like that. Because, well, Bust Your Chops, to kind of give some backstory on it, it was 3 years in the making, 3 or 2, because I started the idea for the idea came about of Bust Your Chops of, first what it actually means, which I will not say it here. I probably will at some point, but you all know what it is.
Yeah.
So back in 7th grade, I came up with this inside joke that I kept telling everyone about, and then I said, what if I made this like cringy rap song about it? And then a week later, I got these this fake tattoo sleeve, and I planned on filming outside my old apartment with the tattoo sleeve, like running around and singing all the lyrics. But due to the fact that I was a shit editor at the time, I would not have been able to pull that off.
Still,
So,
someday
that's
we
just
should
a little
make
bit
a
of-
music video for that.
I
Bring it
have been
back.
working on that since the summer, and hopefully that'll be out sometime this summer.
All right.
Due to the fact that the original music video I recorded, the audio wasn't syncing up on my computer, and so I also had to build the instrumental again. I had to build my vocals again. It was, So
okay.
anyway, that's my proudest project, and I really hope our listeners check it out. It's just kind of good to introduce our editing styles in the first episode, I believe, like what shows off what we're capable of.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Did Lucas go yet? Did
So-
Lucas say his?
Lucas, what's your favorite thing you made on YouTube or creatively? I mean, I guess YouTube for now, but
I've made a few short films that I've been decently proud of. One of them, I'm just gonna kind of go through them because there's not
Yeah.
much to say about them. The very first one was a ripoff of Friday the 13th that's still up.
I was in it, and I was
Called-
the worst actor.
No, dude, I thought you did all right. It was called Mason Goes Mad. Mason.
I've watched
Jason.
that.
Yeah, man. It was super melodramatic, super weird. I was a serial killer. It was interesting. Then I made another one later on where Kaden came over to my house, and it was like the middle of the night. And we were like, yeah, let's just make a movie, dude. So we made one called Saturday Night, named after the song by the Misfits.
It's one of my favorites you've made.
And I still to this day adore what I was able to do with that. Not much time at all.
We
Caden
made up
edited
the plot
it, and
as we
he
went
didn't.
along. It changed every scene, what our vision was.
And it
I've done
still
something
works.
similar.
It was great. It was great. And then recently I made this really awesome. It's kind of garbage called The Replacement, which is like a weird sci-fi thing where
Yeah.
Caden plays an alien, and I hate it, and I should probably take it down.
I've never seen it, so I want to see it before you take this video down.
I want to
Okay,
make I want to
okay.
make an MLG like edit of it. I kind of already did at the end of Kyler's Cuphead video. If you haven't seen that,
Dude,
Is
that
Grant
would be
still with us,
great.
guys?
I don't know.
Sorry, I was just making another DIY noose tying video on Pinterest. It got a lot of likes, a lot of shares in
How
my
many likes,
Christian
dude?
mommy community.
Okay, well,
Thanks, very
About
useful.
3. It got about 3. That was my
Bro,
highest liked video ever.
Okay.
If
Well,
it's my
there
turn.
there was
Half.
one more short film I ever made recently, like a few days ago. It was Home Alone, and it's kind of about Corona, and I'm actually very proud of it. It's like a snarky, weird, dark, like kind of black comedy thing, and I really enjoyed what I was able to do with that. The camera's out of focus sometimes because I was the only one filming.
Hey, I did the
But,
same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, go check that out if you're down. And yeah,
Yeah, I think that'd be
dude,
pretty
Lucas, check out my channel.
Well-
so Grant, I assume your proudest project is the nooses you have provided to the proud people of Pinterest.
To my
How many of them
Christian
do you
mommy
have?
community.
Dude,
That I just use the same old rope each time. It's like a renewable resource.
cool. Were they made in the name of Jesus, though?
Dear God.
Did you get Father Matt to bless them?
Father Matt! We need to talk about Father Matt.
We
I
don't
have so
talk
many
about
stories.
Father Matt on this podcast. We don't talk about Father Matt. Not after what he did to me.
No.
Never.
Wait, he does wonderful blessings.
Yeah, I know.
The Holy Rod.
No,
Bladder-
please don't.
Bladder popper? You know that's not true.
He's the reason.
It's Mr. Bladder Popper.
Parker, he's the reason you're in the profession you're in.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, he experimented a little bit with my bladder, so now I got interested. I'm very interested in the
He
subtleties
made
of
me all
piss.
crusty. Eugene Krusty.
All of our nicknames were for things Father Matt did. You're like Kaden.
What did he do to
He's just
Kaden?
He's just Kaden.
It's my name because he didn't do anything to me.
And then what was Eugene Krusty?
You don't want to know.
Because he made him crusty, bro.
And then
man.
he had a small male genitalia, and so that's where mine comes in, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the day. Sometimes it's flaccid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes you just watch Nickelodeon and...
So, I'm going to talk about the opposite of what we were talking about creatively. What is the thing you were least proud of? What's something you look back and go, you were proud at the time, and you look back at it now, I'm like, oh, I could have done so much better with it, or it was just bad from the start. What's something that... And I'll get into this after you guys are discussing.
Who wants to go first?
I'd
can
love
go.
to go first.
All right, Grant, you go.
So, me and Parker, like, it's fun looking back now, but oh my god, we made the cringish videos when we were younger. And
Yeah.
one of them was on a collab account that we forgot the password for, so the video is still up on YouTube, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Please,
can we tell our listeners?
Let's not reveal the name until we might be successful.
Wait,
so it
send
can
a
be
link
like a
to the
reward.
video. Dude, I can cut in a clip of it.
Yeah, kind of in a
Please do.
clip. Yeah, maybe that.
We'll send you the username and everything.
Plus, it was filmed. You know how people make fun of like webcam microphones?
That's literally what it was.
Yeah, it was filmed on one of those on an old laptop that had wires hanging out of it. It was really pog chan.
It made our voices so much higher for some reason than it already were. I mean, I was 12 when we filmed that, so this is about 5 years ago.
I was like,
Yeah. And I remember one of the things we talked about was our height, and you could tell how old it is because we both said we were like 4'11", something like that, or you were just about 5 foot back then.
Wow.
So you could
That's
definitely tell
hot.
the age of the video.
Oh, man.
You could tell the age of the video based on our voices, and your little brother throughout the entire thing is just him. The background is very entertaining in that video. So I'll go next with one specific video that I look back on and go, oh no. So this one is something that's relatively unknown. I think only it got 20 views. I uploaded this the summer of 2016. And do you guys remember that day a few years ago, back in 2016 where we had hurricane-like weather? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Kinda,
Well, on
yeah.
that day, after everything settled down, I had a friend come over, and this is a friend I told Grant about this, where he always came over to my house and played Call of Duty till 5 a.m. and screaming throughout the entire few hours he was at my house. He never talked to me. That's literally what he did. And well, the video I decided, hey, Call of Duty video would get some views, so I decided to record one with him, and legitimately, it was filmed. Okay, Grant, you've been in my house. You see that small TV that's from the early 2000s? We filmed it on that, and you could barely see what's going on, and all he's doing is just going, oh, we're playing Call of Duty, and then he was just silent. It was so awkward, and I deleted it a few days after it came out, and I'm very not proud of that because almost any time I tried to do a gaming video, it ends up being something like that. I mean, I'm better about it now because I have better technology.
You should have seen my old gaming video.
Oh, Lucas, do you want to go next?
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about with content that I'm not proud of. There's cruddy short films I've made, cruddy movies. But definitely the most out of all of them was back when I was a gaming channel for a little
Yeah.
while, and it was called Lucas 13 or something. I was 13.
10,000 different usernames.
Dude, it changed. I'm gonna see if I can name all of them. Well, I don't know, maybe. It was Spencer 64, the Legend 64. There was the Green Gamer, Savage Controller.
Oh, yeah, Savage Controller.
I remember
Lucas
some of these.
13. And then it just kind of petered off towards the end. And I remember I made so many awful gaming videos where I didn't know how microphones work, so I just would have this Elgato and I'd just be like, all right guys, so we're playing Destiny. So today on Destiny we're gonna go get this thing. Yeah.
Wait, Lucas, are you going to talk about the Clash Royale incident?
Clash Royale, yeah, I made a parody video called The Mobile Gamer, and I think the idea was that it's a gamer who only plays mobile games. And so what happens is this kid wakes up in the morning and he's like really tired and he's like, man, such a boring day. Wait a minute, it's Saturday. And then he like screams, Clash Royale! Clash Royale! And that just kind of became a meme in our friend group. And after that, like this guy just kept going insane. And this one guy's like, hey man, you want to come over and play some Minecraft on my Xbox 360? And the guy's like, nah man, I'm playing Clash Royale. And then it kept going.
I'm surprised that you remember it like word for word.
Dude, it was a pretty short video, and after that I like slicked my hair back, wore a robe, and I was like, I can't find any legendary chests, and then I just gave up and downloaded Candy Crush or something like that, and that was the end of the video. Candy Crush.
Nice. So, Kaden, have you said yours yet?
No. Okay, so here's the thing. I've been doing YouTube for like since 2011, right? I started off making Mario short films and animations and stuff like that. Over the years, I would make Minecraft videos where I'd usually set up like a flip camcorder onto a chair or something like that, so it would be pointing towards the screen.
Yeah.
None of that. I really don't regret any of that, honestly, because it's so long ago. I just have good memories of it. When it gets to about like, when it gets to about 2017, basically that's when I actually started making some good content. I made a couple like videos about comparing the versions of Super Mario Bros. Or something like that. I'm still proud of. They don't exist anymore. But then I made my basically the stuff I regret the most is the stuff I did on my last channel that I made a video reacting to. All my fucking SpongeBob reviews and shit like that. That's like and here's the thing is,
I remember we were in middle school and we were in computer class together, and he like Googled himself, and somebody had made a meme about that channel.
Yeah, somebody
because he would do SpongeBob lore videos.
I know.
And you want to tell him what it said?
I mean, I had like a 5-part series about the timeline of SpongeBob episodes where I'd place them around.
Remember that.
Every once in a while, when I watch an episode now, I'll think, wait a second, like I'll unlock that part of my mind that thinks that way, and I just have to suppress it, you know.
Dude, it was just like game theory mixed with Pie Guy rules. It was great.
Pretty much. I mean, I remember watching a few of those.
Sammy classic SpongeBob.
Same classic SpongeBob. Yeah.
Stop hating on SpongeBob for no reason.
Stop hating on
Squidward.
Like Patrick, like Patrick, like Patrick.
Patrick. You freaking freaks! Like freaking Squidward.
It's like
We need a T-shirt that says like Patrick.
That would be great. I know how to make T-shirts, like custom T-shirts, but it costs a lot of money if you're doing just one solo order. It's better if you're doing multiple people.
But it's like Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick, like Patrick, like Patrick.
So to segue from what we're doing, I think now we've kind of laid out what our best and our worst on YouTube is. So now I think we're at the chill part of the conversation. We've kind of introduced ourselves, what we're like creatively, and I mean, I'm pretty sure you can tell how we are just from what we've been, talking about. So I do want to touch on the fact that I'm gonna pap. So if you haven't already, I'm gonna plug this in here. Please follow us on Instagram for like updates on what we're gonna post and everything.
And like really awful memes.
I mean, they'll eventually get God tier with time.
And some good memes.
That's on God, baby girl.
Ooh, Uncle Ron, come over here. Well,
Yeah.
So I think please follow us on Instagram. It's the HolyLogz. It's exactly what's in our username on YouTube. So, follow that and turn post notifications on so that way whenever we're doing podcasts. So that way you know what we're doing. You can stalk us.
Give us views now.
Wait,
we
what
don't
did you
like
say,
views.
Lucas? Oh yeah, we don't like views. We don't like
that would
trends.
be very cool if you did that, because we don't like views.
Yeah,
It would
we please
be really
sway our
shitty
opinion.
of you, honestly.
If you don't like us, then share our video.
Yes.
please.
Yes, because we hate views.
I know, right? It's just
Yeah, people won't stop fucking creeping on my shit. They're giving me all these views. I'm like, stay back off. I'm gonna have to get a restraining order on like
Stalkers,
hundreds
dude.
of people.
Like, I'm just trying to make a video of like how to tie like these really weird fish hook like ropes, right? And these women, these Facebook mommies are on my Pinterest all the time. It's just so, man, I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry, that might be me. It depends on the day, but sometimes I'm on your Pinterest and I'm just like, ooh, it's a really good fish hook.
Or do you create those nooses to hang liberals on? I didn't hear what he said.
I saw his
He like screwed off.
That was pretty funny. Hey, wait. So, Grant, this is going to be kind of off topic, but I do have a story. I mean, we'll save one really big one for the last, but I do have one about you and I that, I mean, I'll ask you before, but do you remember when we went to that hotel like last year? Or, I mean, really, it's about close to 2 years ago, but I mean, I'm
Dude,
sure
your mic is screwing up hard. Grant.
mine.
No, it's not. I'm not talking.
There we go. Okay,
so.
cool.
Okay, but do you remember when we went to the Osage Hotel? Can I talk about that? What happened to us? What happened to us?
Yeah.
So, I mean, well, actually, say what happened. Say what happened, and then I'll say what happened afterwards. So you start.
So like, it was like this casino hotel, so we couldn't go anywhere but the pool
Yeah.
or our room. So we had to like cross through the back of like the hotel to get to the pool, and we were just chilling in the hot tub because it was like the middle of February, maybe.
It was
I don't
about
know. It was
November, I think.
winter, so we were just in the hot tub. It was wintry. We were in the hot tub and we were cold as hell, but it was really steaming hot tub. And like these girls kept on walking past and like laughing at us. It was really
I'll
funny.
continue on from that. So as we were in the hot tub, we were in there for like a while. I mean, we were kind of in and out, but we were mostly in the hot tub for that specific day. And I just remember they kept stalking us. Remember we would see the window and they're like looking at us, like, you know, trying to like hide. And we saw them, and occasionally. Do you remember what I said? Do you remember, like, because they were from a far distance? Do you remember what I said to them?
No.
I was like, what do you want? And then they ran away.
Oh yeah, that was when they walked back. Like they walked through the outside instead of going through the casino.
Yeah.
They like walked like to the rim of the pool, so they were like still really far away from us, but they were outside, so it was just them and us outside. And you were like, "What do you want?"
Well, actually, just before they even were looking at us and laughing, they were in their hotel room pointing us out and laughing. And then they
I think they reenacted the two bros chilling in a hot tub vine or something with like a video of us. It was.
Bro, I still have some video from that day, or pictures. I think I don't know. I might have video from when they were stalking us. I hope I still have that because that was fun.
And so that was the sweet life of Grant and Parker. This is the sweet life.
Well, that
I
was
actually
back
have
when
a
I
story,
had the frosted
actually.
tips. Ooh, yes.
So this was me and Grant. So Grant, I have to ask you if I can say this one. So do you remember Pedo Santa?
Pedo Santa.
Please elaborate. I really want to know.
I don't remember.
You don't
but
remember
yes,
Pedo
go
Santa?
ahead. I'll
Okay.
cut you off if I don't want you to.
So this was like so Grant's brother Garrett had a birthday party, right? And Grant was there, so Grant could invite somebody. So he invited me, and Grant's brother, and some of his friends were all at Incredible Pizza, and we were going around doing our thing, right? So we
Pedo Santa.
we went to the laser tag.
I remember.
So we went to the laser tag, and Grant like opened the door to see if anyone was in there, or like we didn't really know what to do. And this random guy with the white beard, he was like, "Hey, don't touch the doors." And we're like, okay. So we're just sitting around. I don't remember if we messed with him again after that. At first I was thinking, okay, this guy works there or something, but he wasn't wearing a uniform or anything. He was just some random creepy old guy. And then eventually what he did is he started taking pictures of us with his phone with the flash on. He started taking pictures with the flash on.
Yeah, he had the flash on. He was acting like he was on a phone call, you know, like holding it up to his face.
Yeah,
But he
just
kept
trying
on
to be
taking
straight about
pictures,
it.
so the flash went on.
Oh my god! How long ago was this? Like a year ago, maybe?
Oh,
He was
it was-
breathing really
It
heavily
was a
too.
while.
It was like
I think it was years ago, honestly, by now. Yeah, it was
that's-
so weird. So eventually we're like, okay, what the f do we do about this guy? We were just talking and kind of laughing about it. Then eventually Grant ran off. I think it was either you or your brother ran off and went to his dad. And Grant's dad came over and started talking to the dude, and he's like, "All right, I'll leave." And then right as we were leaving to go into laser tag, Grant took out his phone and took a picture of the dude with the flash on, and he like looked over and started like walking towards us, and then the door closed.
Oh my god. So, I think we'll segue because we're getting mighty close to the 40-minute mark or 30-minute mark, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we'll segue into our last segment of the video. Lucas, get into your story that is going to be in the title that might entice people to watch.
Yeah, I know.
No rock climbing.
In the house this week, I was in the house like for a while. I mean, quarantine's been going on. You know how it's been. I'm sure most of you felt the same way. And so I was just kind of like really apathetic and bored and sad. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go skateboard. I'm gonna go look for something to do. And so I passed the library and I noticed it was closed. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I can climb that. As you do. So I was just kind of chilling over there. I put on some music, listen to some Green Day, jamming to Green Day, and I just kind of hung out in this one little part at the front for a while. And then I called Grant, and we were just kind of chatting. I was like, "You think I could get to the top?" And he was like, "I mean, I guess." And so I went over to one of the sides of the library, and I found a little part of a fence poking out, kind of like a post. And then it was by a bunch of fence, and there were some barbs on top of the fence. So I like climbed up, got my foot on the tip of the pole, which was like slightly above the barb, so I didn't cut my feet. And so then I grabbed onto the side. I put my leg up and I kind of rolled on there, and then I just like ran up the roof and just ended up on top of the library while talking to Grant on the phone. And I was just kind of like sitting there for a while. I was like, wow, this is so cool. I can't believe I did this. I should do this more often.
You were like, oh my god, people are like driving by. How do I hide? And I was like, lay down. You're on the f***ing roof.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can just lay down.
You're kind of right. To be fair, I was kind of flustered. And like people would start coming. I was like, oh no, I should probably like, duck. And then I just kind of was chilling for a while. I was like thinking, okay, I should probably get off here. And so I just didn't know what to do. And I was just waiting for a second. And then I noticed a police car drive into the thing. And I just kind of went over to the side of him because I was like, oh, all right, I don't want any trouble. And he was like, what you doing up there? And I said, just climbing. And he's like, that's trespassing, right? And I was like, nope, didn't.
That's great.
And so then he was like, all right, well, how are you going to get down? And I was like, I don't know. So it took me like 10 minutes and we were like, oh, shoot, where do I climb down? And I just couldn't because there was no real place to do that. Almost broke something. And so he was like, all right, I'm going to get the fire department. So it was like an 8 or 9 feet jump. I could have done it, but like, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm unexperienced with like free running and parkour, and I don't know how to roll.
You gotta learn hardcore parkour, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just kind of sitting there, and then the fire truck came. They like gave me gloves and like a mask because of Corona, and then I got down the ladder. Everything was okay. Everything was fine. The fire guys were kind of ragging on me, like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I got down, right? And then I look at the police officer, and he turns to the firefighter. He's like, you guys need him to fill anything out? And they were like, nah, don't worry. And then he just looks directly at me and says, Lucas, go home. And this is actually what he said, word for word. Don't climb shit. That's what I did.
Lucas, that should be your new bio on Instagram.
Lucas, go home. Don't climb shit. Don't climb shit.
I find it funny that you got a free mask and gloves. It's like we have a shortage of them, and they hand them out to a hooligan.
Guys,
people are gonna.
If you can't afford masks and gloves, just climb your local library and you'll get free masks and gloves.
Yeah, man.
Dude, if you're underage, just commit a light crime, and if it's not anything that they'll like punish you for, commit a misdemeanor crime, and you'll get some.
They didn't even call my parents or anything. They didn't even give me a ride home. He just told me to go home. Like, I offered him a handshake. He gave me a fist bump.
They're gonna say hand job. I was like, oh god.
All right.
I offered him a happy ending.
Hi, Mr. Police Officer. What? So,
I-
why did you climb the library? Because I wanted you to climb.
Hey, last time I remember, cops don't have their guns in their front pockets. Second.
Ooh. Glock, but with a C.
So that's why they call them.
Oh my god, dude, come on.
I did not expect.
Hey, we just have to tell the story accurately, all right? We just need to say what happened.
Okay, so
Okay, just want to make it very clear. None of that happened. I mean, besides the
Sure.
climbing thing and the police officer.
Yeah, whatever you say about
Our
it.
law enforcement are nice people, mostly because he
Oh, very
let me
nice.
off the hook. He was nice at the very least. Maybe because
So-
I'm white. I don't know.
I believe we're nearing the end of the podcast. So this has been the HolyLogz-Cast. I am Dr. Bladderpopper, and cue that sexy outro music.
Oh, yeah.